Guess this will be my last video for tonight. I might revisit the sock hop years again in a couple of nights. There's just so many Lost 45s I want to cover just from 1959 and 62 alone. Well, let's do another Lost 45. Oh man, we are talking a major rock and roll record that should have been a much bigger hit. Reminds me a little Betty Lou's Got a New Pair of Shoes by Bobby Freeman from back in the day, 1959. Rusty York with Sugar Lee. Rusty York. I believe he's from Kentucky. His dad was a coal miner. His dad had a hard time holding down a job, but he introduced his son to the guitar. Taught Rusty York one chord. That's it. But you got to start somewhere. Rusty York was basically a self-taught musician. Listened to the Grand Ole Opry on Saturday nights. Got into it. Saw Earl Scruggs and the Foggy Mountain Boys around 1951, and that cemented his ambitions to become a bluegrass musician. That's where he started. He formed a duo with another guy. Started playing bluegrass music in the local clubs, but he upped the ante a little bit to rock and roll. But even as he performed rock and roll, he still devoted about 15 minutes of his time on stage to bluegrass music. He formed a group, Rusty York did, called the Cajuns in 1958. They backed a woman named Jackie Shannon. She would later become Jackie DeShannon. In 1959, it was a record called Just Another Light. That was the A side. On the B side, it was a rock and roll instrumental called Cajun Blues by, of course, the Cajuns, Rocky York and the Cajuns. Rusty York recorded a song called Red Rooster. That was going to be the A side. The B side was a record that was written by Marty Robbins, originally covered by the Jordanaires in 1956. Sugar Lee, Rusty York covered it and went to number 77 on Billboard's Hot 100. My goodness, should have climbed right to the top 20. This was a fantastic rock and roll record. But here's the thing. He was noticed by Dick Clark. He was on one of Dick Clark's tours. He toured. This was a tour that he was in with Dwayne Eddy, Annette Funicello, and Frankie Avalon. They played a Hollywood Bowl. Rusty York, Annette, Frankie, Dwayne, the Hollywood Bowl. It sold out. They opened it. Rusty York and the Cajuns, they opened at the Hollywood Bowl for Dwayne Eddy and Annette. Supposedly the first rock and roll band to play at the Hollywood Bowl. Rusty York and the Cajuns. Here it is. I love it. Man, I tell you, it's like what Mick Jagger sang. It's only rock and roll. But I like it. Yes, I do. Here it is. This is Rusty York with Sugar Lee.